That looks so freaking good. Oh my goodness.
GoofyBuilt chain coming up.
What's up, guys? So it's Monday. We're back at the shop. We had an amazing weekend, amazing Friendsgiving. Everyone came together. It was awesome. Huge potluck. So we're here working on this VK Civic. So I just ran through this guy and kind of touched it all up, refreshing the engine. It got new pistons, bearings, a little bit, some cams, a little bit of stuff here and there. So we got the engine back in Thursday or Friday, just before we welded the plate on. And so now we're buttoning things up, going over things, looking at the wiring harness. So we're gonna need a lot of work before I even send it back over to them. We're in here deep, pulling the wires around, checking all this out, and it looks like this wire was connected to this wire, but it wasn't taped up or nothing. It was bare like this. It's just barely hanging on by a thread. But this pin itself already feels really loose and crappy, and I want to know what's inside this tape. So I'm probably just going to replace this whole pin, this whole wire, this pin. I was looking for the VTEC wire. That's what got us in the predicament we're in, is I haven't been able to find VTEC yet. Get that stuff figured out. Run through 3-port and hook all that back up. Figured out. Okay, still sorting through the chaos, but I think I found the VTEC wire. There's a single black wire here coming through the firewall that reaches the VTEC solenoid, and they look kind of like they may have been tied together at one point. I haven't got all this fixed up yet, just still kind of sorting through things, finding everything. I think I found the intake air temperature sensor with the map sensor plug. Over here's the map sensor, yeah, and then this looks like the stretched intake air temp. So I need to connect this stuff back up over here, reroute that back, connect that. Over here I got the feed line connected, looking at how it was routed and set up, and then looking at everything over here. I got the idle air controls valve mounted to the intake and looking at the lines and how they were routed and all that stuff. There's one push lock. I gotta find where that is and where that goes. I haven't seen a push lock anywhere, so I'm not sure. Oh, that's the intake. It's the blow valve is the push lock, so get that one hooked up. Nice. All right, that's way better. Well, I got that smudge thing on the camera. I was trying to figure it out. I couldn't get it to go away, but I busted out the glass cleaner and I got it. And so we've been plugging away on this thing. I got the wheels all back on. Axles are in it, half shaft, T-bracket, all that stuff. Still need to do these 2 bottom bolts, but I've got that one in there as a holder for now. I'm trying to find them in my box and in the car and whatnot. I did not pull the engine out of this monster, but I am getting it all back together and figuring it out. And while doing that, I've been toying away on the CRX a little bit. Back here, I've been playing it with some things. So there's some funny stuff going on. I haven't quite figured it all out, but I took these off. I took them off, all right? I took them off, okay? And it's not that big of a deal. On this driver's side, we have plenty of clearance. It's not a problem at all. Not sure if you guys can see that. Trying to show. Lots of room. But while looking at all of that, something pretty cool just arrived for the CRX. Woo, doggy. my goodness. So all the stickers and the goods are in this. Cable, all that. I think I gave Nick the cable. I don't know. I might have it right there. Looky here. Ooh. Our hotkeys. Our quick guide. Oh, baby. This is exciting. That's got some weight to it compared to the 550. Ooh. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Oh, I'm so pumped up. We gotta get this fitted in the dash ASAP. Jeez, that's so sick. Oh my, look at that. So, coming soon to the CRX. I'm gonna put you guys on it right now. I'm gonna grab the dash from the middle, underneath. All right. So before, in the past, the vacuum line and the power cable came out of there. I think I'm gonna mount it just straight to it, just like that. Maybe inset just a little bit. Got some ideas. All right, look at that, guys. So we're upside down right now, but working on getting her mounted up. Thank goodness for those guys. So yeah, we decided to put it on those. I mean, it's solid. I need to put the little washers in the bottom of here, and then I need to trim out for the plugs and everything, but mocking it up, mapping it out. I'm liking it a lot. Yeah, I need to trim for the plug, the map sensor line, and the plugs. So the tuning cable, goes in back there, map sensor, a little nub, and then the ECU wires and all the goods. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut along, just like below, not the line, but right above, kind of where my thingies go. I got my marker here. I'm gonna mark it out. So pretty much. There we go. Now it's nice. So I think right above that hole, right above those. So like on this side, it'd be like following this. Right like that. And then we'll go real down. I might do a hole saw like right here. And then just cut over to that. Because the hole saw will be for the plug, and then underneath that's the map sensor, so just doing a little triangle there. That'll work great. I don't like that. All right, so you see there? Let's see how this goes. Round 2, fight! So I gotta pick up the couple I dropped real quick. All right, so I just wrestled the dash in. Now I'm bolting it up to see how it looks like at the mounted position. Because that's, what we're all most curious about. I already did, as soon as I put the dash in the car, before I even bolted it up, I didn't like how it was kind of tilted down. Or at least I felt it was going to be tilted down. So I pulled out the isolators from the top. The top has bolts, the bottom has isolators. They send you 4 bolts and 4 isolators in the kit. So I had everything to be able to do it already. So I just went ahead and swapped them out real quick. And I like that already a lot more. But we're gonna get this bolted in and we'll be right back with you in a jiff. So this side's all tight. And you can see I've also got the doors off now too. Hatches off. We took the rear strut pieces out. I'm doing work. We're figuring things out. I got old Wings West side skirts up here. What could I be up to? What could I be up to? So good. That looks so freaking good. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it. I really can't believe that. So we got a little bit of work to do with the column and the joint down here, and then welding actually where the steering wheel is going to be up there. So I need to pick up a steering wheel. I have this red one here, but I don't like it. That one there. I need to get rid of the style that is. I need a flatter one. And we're gonna pop a squat in here real quick. And so, if only we did sit, we sit a little higher than this, but that's too close. Probably like freaking as close as I can get it. Yeah. Hey, my baby girl. So, weld that on, do that. Set this collar down here. I believe I need to change this joint because I was checking it out and it's got a lot of slop on the bottom. It's not up top here. That's right here where this bolt is. So you need to spin it around, check, make sure that's tight, make sure it's the right joint. And yeah. So 600's here. Well, you already know what's coming. We're gonna go through the wiring and we're gonna revamp the CRX wiring. We did the floor, the cage, the back. Now comes the wiring. We got some fuel lines to adjust and change for the rear fuel tank. They'll probably be about the same, but they might not need to be as long as they were. We'll see how it all goes. Maybe they're perfect still. Got to remount the fuel we got to remount the fuel pump, fuel filter. Still set up the fuel fill, the vent, return line, everything back there. That's all going to be underneath the car though now. And then, yeah, we just gotta put it all back together. Mario has a passenger seat for me, so we're gonna be rocking with 2 Kirkies. I need to get a gray cover. I was looking at getting a new helmet so I can have a visor because mine doesn't have any screws for a visor anymore. I don't have any gloves, so helmet, gloves, Hans, and the hardware for all that. Looking at all that, just trying to get it all figured out. Was looking at a new parachute because mine is pretty smoked. It's hand-me-down also. Got to paint the plate and take care of the front. We're making good progress on her though. She will definitely be glowing. This is a glow up for sure. A little bit of, I'm gonna go Hobby Lobby, the art section, pick up some, because I got all these paintbrushes, but I'm gonna pick up some like actual painting paintbrushes and like where I scuffed it with putting the dash in and spots that need like an actual nice good paintbrush, like something that's fine-tuned. I'm gonna go over and brush it up. But I am super stoked with how this is all turned out. I'm gonna cut this down. We're gonna weld this thing on here, just a little bit in front of the, I can lower it, but I don't know. We'll see what I do. We'll see what I do. I could also put spacers here, lower it down that way. That was pretty freaking epic, guys. I really like how that turned out. So back there we have everything for the plug and the wires. You guys can see that because I'm not looking. We got our super helper here, Lily Cat, and the Fuel Tech mounted in there. I like that a lot. Maybe blocked completely by the steering wheel, but we're gonna see. Based on my old one, I think that's exactly how I had it. Oh, steering wheel lock. Forget I'm the guy that has that. So we're sideways right now, but it is literally right above the bolts. So it's gonna be pretty much the same spot, but a little further back. I'm excited. So we got all the goodies, new cover and everything, so we need to get that guy going on it. Keep it protected. All right, we got that sucker going on. I don't know if you guys saw, I don't think I filmed it in the last video, but I got the window net all in there. Huge shout out to Trevor. This is the old one from the GTR when we got the 25.5. We upgraded and got one that fit the car a lot better. So this one is big, but I got a big area, so that's fine. Goes down a little bit over there, but I like it. There's a nice little tab there, a little tab there, a little tabby tab up there, and then this guy right here comes out. Goes in. I've already unhooked and hooked it up by myself in the car to make sure in a hurry I can do it. If I have to, I did do the speed hit where I press the button with one hand and smack the net right about here with the other hand, and it just sent it out real fast. I mean, it may smack the window or whatever, but when you're trying to get out, you're trying to get out. So freaking pumped about all this stuff. We got to clean up the plate, paint it up. I got to clean up the bottom side and the back side and do a couple stitches along the back. Otherwise, I'm really liking how everything's coming along. I raked up the front before I even put it on the ground to make sure everything was good, and I think it may have been just good how it was. I have it at 7 pounds right now, and I'm sitting at 4 inches over here and 3.5 over here. Now the car always has sat kind of wonky, a little sideways. This driver's side has always sat a little lower. There's a little more weight over here, and it's been hit twice on this driver's side, so I've kind of just always been like, it's been hit. When it got hit, it hung it down. So hanging it down is kind of what makes me think the plate is, you know, it sits a 1/2 inch lower just on this side, but usually always at the plate. So go ahead and I'm gonna get it all dialed, set back at 3 inches and the 2 inches, and got a couple things we're gonna try back here. A couple different shock setups, spring setups. I got my, for the adventure, parachute tag. We got windows going in and working on all kinds of stuff. I've had those YNS Lexan windows. They hooked it up for almost 2 years now, maybe 3. I know at least 2. So need to get them going in. And yeah, I bought them last winter before the 2023 season, and then now we've had the 2023 season, winter again, and the 2024 season. So we're in winter of the 2024 season now, and it's about time I do that. I'm gonna put the windows in. We're gonna put the windows in. We're gonna do a couple things. The car's gonna look a lot different, but it's gonna look good. The headlights have been bothering me, so I'm gonna unbolt and see if I can move them around and get them to a better spot and then mount them there and kind of just work over it all. I gotta chop the hood pins because the hood pins kind of force them to be where they're at because I never chopped them. They just go literally into the housing of the front the headlight. So there's just a hole and they go in the hole. And yeah, so made good progress. Got the Fuel Tech mounted in here, the dash back in it. For now, it probably has to come back out for my wiring. I can wire around it, but we want it to be nice, so we're not gonna be wiring around anything. We'll we have it in. We have the fuel tank mounted. We'll get our measurements for the wires and stuff, and then we'll take the dash back out, run it all. Maybe even just plug the wires in, get the lengths, take the wires out, cut them, wire the whole thing out here, and then go back in, touch it up, and make sure it's good. I don't know, before we finalize final looming it. But everyone's headed out. I think I'm gonna head out. We've made some really good progress. I still got some things to fix up. This is our VTEC wire. I went inside and checked at the ECU. I got the distributor all figured out. This plug was missing, so they had this blue one T-tapped into the igniter over here, and then the power was just chilling, wasn't going to it at all. So we got the power on this other side hooked up. We got everything hooked back up and ready to go. We got the fan switch on there. We got the intake air temp sensor all soldered and taken care of. And we're just making good progress. I still got to do VTEC and the speed sensor down here, and then that'll be all set up and ready to go. We'll unplug the soldering iron since we're done with that for now. But we've been making really good progress on this one, getting it all back together. We've got everything down low, pretty much done. Got to do a little checks, make sure everything's good. I think I need to toss the clamp on the return line, and then the slave and stuff, but we're making good progress inside here. I was checking everything out. Everything's looking good. I don't remember what I was doing. I was up under the dash. Doing something, but working on that. And since we've been doing a bunch of wiring, just dove in and we've made a bunch of progress on the CRX tonight. So you saw yesterday I mounted the 600. I got the Nano mounted up next to it where the on-off switch used to be. I'm gonna move the on-off switch next to the buttons right here, or underneath, but I'm thinking next to. So we got the Nano there, we got the Fuel Tech there. That stuff's looking really good. I got the Nano wires right here and that all on there. So I'm gonna have to figure out my lengths and get that stuff running to the firewall. See where I'm gonna put the plug and stuff. I got the coils mounted on the firewall, looking at that stuff. I mapped out all of my lengths. So I just took the wires out of the engine bay. I strung them out, laid them on the ground over there. That's kind of some of the excess I cut out. And then this is what we're looking with. So I kind of taped off my length, but I left some bits and pieces here. Didn't just cut it all down until I get it in the car and make sure that's exactly where I want it. And then over here I got the other bits, the injectors, the coils, the sensors, all that, pressure sensors and everything, all wrapped up on the stool there. So we've been making some good headway on the CRX harness, cleaning everything up. This is everything that's going to come from the ECU, the CAN stuff. This is my buttons. Need to shorten and clean all this up because it doesn't need to be this long. And then over here, the relays. I have a bunch of relays in my car. So currently with the 550 harness A and B, you get 2 injector ones, main relay and a coil relay. We're going to go down to 1 injector one, main relay and a coil relay, and then the rest of these can be reallocated and figured out. Originally I had we got those 4, and then we got, say, like starter, VTEC, fan. I had a rear water pump and another fan. Could also be my lights, because I don't have the other rear water pump or fan right now, so I do have lights on one of those. And yeah, so I got a bunch of relays, and we're just figuring it all out. It's looking way better. I got to get the valve cover. Mario's thinking we should do a revamp, a new dip, so I got to put 12s on there anyways, because that one has 12s. So I do have another valve cover I can get dipped and 12s put on, and always have the 10s too. I don't know, we'll figure it out and we'll dial it in. So I'm maybe wait and just save up for the good stuff. I don't know. But Preston over Garage Idiots Ison Hydrographics has the exhaust manifold, the exhaust manifold housing and the exhaust. He has all the hot parts right now. He's going to ceramic coat all of that stuff, or Cerakote it, and he's got Jamie's stuff too. He's cleaning up all of Jamie's stuff. So we're just kind of hitting it on every front. Steven over here is just putting in his last few bars to get his funny car cage stuff done up. PFC came through and hooked us up. But so he's making good progress on everything in there. That's looking really good. He kicked butt doing that all himself. I'm still working on buttoning things up over here. We got to do a bunch of stuff. We got the doors off and the hatch off. So we got Lexan going. We got to figure out getting these skirts and everything off. And oh man, we got a lot. So we're going to keep cranking away. You'll see this harness start to come to life. I need to pick up some things. I need to pick up firewall plug and the plug for the ECU, as well as a couple other little things, and start going to town on the whole thing. Whew. All right, so putting things kind of in their place. I got to get the other ones, but we're laying this one out. So we got the wideband and the back pressure going up there. We got our crank sensor, our boost solenoid, and then dome pressures here. We got our T, it's gonna be right here. And then the wideband right now is a little bit long, so I got this loop right here, and then we'll just take it that way after I gotta untape that or whatever. But when we start pinning stuff, we'll just know then, and we'll take it that way some, shorten that up. You see we got the wires coming. This is the nano on the other side, coming from the bay, looking at how long it is before it hits the firewall. I'm thinking of doing something like just right here, maybe a little bit below that or something, but probably just right there. Just easy to work on, unplug and plug in, whatever. Seems like a nice spot to me. Yeah, so I'll plug in the other stuff and start mapping that out, and I'm already loving it. It's looking so much better. Oh man. Once done with the EK behind me, as well as the CRX, and we got a lot more coming, so stay tuned. Pretty much the whole car, inside and out, up top to bottom, is getting a revamp, a refresh, everything but the power plant. Like I said, we're leaving the juice where the juice is at, and we're just gonna try and push it to its max potential with where it's at. Bias hasn't been that good, but now it's good. The bias is way better for CRX. I think it's one of the best. I don't know a lot of CRX biases out there. I've heard 73 before, but we're pushing 76 right now. And once we get the doors and everything going in, I'd like to see 77 with the turbo kit back on the front and everything set up. So we'll see how it goes, but I mean, I'm gonna try and put as little weight back in the car as possible. I know I gotta put 30 pounds with the seats and all the pedals and all that stuff. And then, I mean, I'm gonna have, yeah, we'll see. We're gonna try and squeeze as much into the front as we can, and we'll see how it goes. So thanks for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe down below. This is GoofyBuilt, and peace out.